specifically what's going on here?
Specifically, the county is harassing us about our property, saying that we have to haul off and clean and do to their rules what they want done. And
well, is this your property or is it their property?
Our property.
I didn't quite hear that.
It's our property.
It's your property?
They're alleged violations that they alleged a year ago. She has all the pictures here.
Tracy, what are the alleged violations that we're talking about here?
That we have too many vehicles.
Too many vehicles? What, isn't this your property?
Well, yeah, inoperable vehicles.
Inoperable vehicles.
That we had some property that was needed to be tore down, we had an old house over here that's now gone. We had this is road oil. They're calling it regular oil, but we got rid of that. Just some odds and ends and stuff that was around the house that they liked us to get rid of, which, as you can see, is all gone.
And they tried to say we were running a junkyard.
Oh, yeah. That we had an illegal
Junkyard.
Illegal wrecking yard. And these are just like, vehicles and stuff. We used to have a trucking company, and they want us to clear up any remnants of the trucking company.
But that was your business, right?
Yeah, and we already won the right to own that business here. They rezoned.
What do you mean you have to have a right? Don't you automatically have the right to own your own business?
No, that's my nephew.
They rezoned the property around us back in 1950s. And we'd had a trucking company here for almost 100 years.
How are you involved with this?
I live here.
You live here?
Yeah, and I was one of the ones who had the trucking company here. This is my dad. He used to live in the house over there, which he sold because he got tired of the harassment and stuff, and he finally moved out of here. But he lived on this piece of property for over 90 years, 80 years.
How old are you, sir?
83.
You're 83. And you were born here? Born right here? Born in this house over here? How do you describe this? Is this...
My dad lived here.
He was born in the 1800s.
Yeah. He come from Los Banos, so yeah. Live with the Castros in a tent.
And they want to take your place away. They want to take your place away, sir?
The harassment. Harassment. They don't know who they're after. For years. Then I moved.
And this is my dad. His great-grandfather, which was Juan de la Pena, was the first one to be here. So there were 5 going on 6 generations in this one property.
And the government's telling you what to do with your property, is that right?
Constantly. And it's always been nothing but battling.
This Agenda 21 is pretty vicious.
Yeah. And that's what we were talking about. We hauled off, paid a lot of money out for one attorney, almost 40 grand. And then we finally ran out of cash. He got it settled. And here we are again.
$40,000. You have to work for the sweat of your brow?
Yeah.
Look at all the corruption going on here. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Who they get voted in.
The planning department, Tom Burns, denied this man the right to the appeals board that's mandatory by law. The 5 supervisors appointed people to that appeals board, and that appeals board had never met in the 7 years ever. And they reconstituted into a new kangaroo court, and they reappointed 3 of those people that never showed up for victims throughout this county, amounting to $500 million in damages. It's a violation of civil rights. It's a gross violation of due process and separation of powers. They control the planning commission as far as that appeals process consists, because the chair of the supervisors appointed her own husband to the planning commission. And Campos, who was also under red tag threats, hired that particular man, put him on staff, and then appointed him to the planning commission. It's one big corrupt county that has a foreign agenda that's imposing its will on free Americans, people here, the pioneers themselves.
Why are they doing this to you?
Greed. It's greed. I watch the man sit over here and drink his booze and just look the place over. You'll never get it. And if he gets it, so help me, if I'm still alive, so help me. I'm not going to be a happy man.
but it doesn't mean we're done with them.
I know. Whenever we win, they come back again.
Come back a year later.
They'll be back.
It's always a year. After a year, they come back again. This is like fight number 6 for us.
Oh, more than 6. Like
Ever since we were kids.
Growing up.
Yeah. So
We've seen him fight since we were tots. Anytime you start to move anything in the yard, boom, county comes right in, starts shipping him paperwork, red tags. You got to do this, you got to do that, and it's just not right. Pushing people out of where they were raised and everything, and where your family comes from, your roots are. There's no such thing. If you let people like this take over your life, what's the use of living? They're making it a communist country. You really don't have no rights.
Is this a meeting or is it a circus? Good morning. Good morning. Who are we meeting with?
Hi, Jeffrey.
Hi, Jeffrey. My name's Ken Hart. Who? Ken Hart.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Great. Great.
Jeffrey?
Rodriguez on us.
Hello?
Jeffrey, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. Well, I'm glad you folks allowed us to come and do an inspection. I was a little concerned last time we were here. I spoke with your nephew, Anthony, and apparently there you are. How's it going? Good. I guess he didn't quite understand what we were hoping to do that day, and had a little miscommunication. So, let's see what we have here and what has been taken out. Are all these
So I
folks?
think I spoke to, was it Tracy? Or?
This is me.
Hi, yeah, hi. Tough to meet you. And you had said you'd made a lot of progress, so that's kind of what we're here to take a look at.
What is the problem with the all of the inspections and
And who are you, sir?
Anthony J. Hilder,
Okay.
American Free Press?
Okay. Are you the property owner? Are you related
No,
to the property owner?
I'm with the press.
Okay. Well, I'm not here to talk to the press.
You're not here to talk.
No, I'm here to.
You can answer a question, all right?
No, I'm
You
here.
can't answer a question.
No, I'm busy. I'm meeting with.
You can't answer a
Mr.
question.
No, I'm not going to answer your question because
Ask him the question.
I'm here
They want to know a
to meet with
question.
Mr. De La Pena and to resolve
He
these
wants
issues.
to know what's in his closet is what he wants to know. If it's okay that he has certain clothes. What do you got in your closet for clothes?
Mr. De La Pena, I was hoping we could, with your permission, of course, walk around the property and verify what's been removed and what might still need to be removed, so we can just
We think it's fine.
resolve this
What do you
matter.
think from right here? Yeah, I thought it was a nuisance from the road. That's what we need to know. That's what you
my
file a
brother.
complaint.
I'm here to speak with Jeffrey. I've asked his permission. We're required to ask folks permission to go on a property. They have a right to deny us entry. And that's
And you
what
red
happened.
tag it.
That's what happened last month. So when I spoke with your nephew, I was here under official county business, and I asked him. I explained why I was here, and he denied me entry. And so I have to do my job. So when people prevent me from doing my job, let me finish. When people prevent me from doing my job, I have to request an inspection warrant from the judge. That's what we do when we have an active case on a property, when there's active code violations, or if we have to inspect, and if people don't let us do our job, we get what's called an inspection warrant. And that's what I got.
Has there been a crime committed here?
Now, I was hoping
I asked a question. Has there been a crime committed here?
I was hoping you would allow us to take a look around to see what's back here so we can close this case. And we'll be done with this case. I can close it. We can resolve it. If things have been done, then I need to verify that. That's part of my job.
The first time, we pretty much did a lot.
You did a lot.
And you tried to say, no, then you come back and you say, we didn't do enough. Then you come back, you're going to bring sheriffs, you're going to bring all these people to clean out my yard. That's not right. That would be like me going to your house and saying, cut your grass, it's not short enough.
Okay. I know you're upset.
Yeah, I'm very
You're
upset.
upset.
That's why I stay away from you, because you, as far as I'm concerned, me and you, we don't get along.
Okay. Well, we want to resolve this issue. We just want to make sure everything gets done. See, I can't close the case
you know
until
what?
everything's
You can close
done.
the case, but what did you tell me? You said it would be nice. Then you put in your letter afterwards that house had to be demoed. I told you why it was there. You said, I'm just recommending it. You don't have to. You can put seal it up where people can't get into it. Then you write into your letter afterwards. The original red tag didn't have that. You tried to say I was running a salvage yard here with all the cars. No,
Daniel,
I wasn't running a wrecking yard.
I have all the paper. I have all the paperwork in the file. Everything, all the letters I sent you that basically described the violations and described what time frame you had. Described.
But the house was not in there originally.
Jeffrey signed an agreement that this would be all cleaned up by November of last year. So all I'm here to do is to verify that it's been done. That's all I'm here for. I don't need to go in your house. I'm not interested in your house. I just need to verify that, you know, the vehicles here are all registered. I know you and I had an agreement. I said, Daniel,
was being done.
Let me finish. You can keep 2 junk cars or inoperable vehicles in the back out of public view. Even though this is zoned commercial agriculture, it's not residential, it's zoned commercial agriculture. In a commercial agriculture zone, you can't have any kind of unregistered or inoperable vehicle. But I gave that to you. I made sure that I was being fair with you to keep those things back here. I don't have to do that for you, but I did. In the interest of moving the case along and getting things finished. Remember, last year we talked about the big giant commercial truck you had back here. I said
wrong with it.
What's that?
There was nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. And we made a deal, you and I, verbally, that you can keep that truck here. I didn't say, oh, you got to remove the truck. I said you could keep that truck. In the interest of closing the case and resolving this problem, I gave you those things. I gave those concessions to you. Technically, no, you can't have any junk cars in the CA zone. But in the interest of moving things along and trying to be fair with you, I let you keep those things.
Are you saying that you, Mr. Rodriguez, gives permission to people to allow somebody to keep a truck on their own property?
So that's basically what I'm here for. I tried to work with you. You've cleaned up quite a bit. We just want to finish it. We just want to make sure it's done. That's why I'm here.
Do you have the authority as an individual coming over?
So hopefully, Jeffrey,
representing the government and telling him what to do, or anybody else what to do?
To walk and just take a look.
So you're going to ignore what I'm asking, right?
I'm not here to talk to you. I'm here to talk to Mr. De La Pena and his family.
I'm here to talk to you.
Oh.
You know what? Why didn't you, when it was flooding, when I was still here, you people didn't do nothing, because it floods here every year, a little spot in the road, right?
Hey, Jeffrey, is there any way we could kind of move this along? Because I got to get back.
Yeah, let him.
And unfortunately, because it's an active case, you're being charged for this time. So the more time we spend here,
you're charging them money for this.
Because it's an active case.
Money for coming out.
So I would suggest we kind of move this along.
Is that what's happening?
So we can just kind of finish up here.
They're charging.
So this truck is currently registered
$60 per hour. Look at it. For this guy coming out. I mean, this is outrageous.
You're in my way. You're gonna have to move out of my way. Okay. Thank you very much.
These men coming into this property, telling these people who've been up here for 100 years what to do. They're charging you. In this particular county, they're red tagging you.
This is your stuff here?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this stuff that you want to keep?
Taking your homes, your income, your freedoms, your future.
Excuse me, no, you know what, we'll get in the truck and leave, and then we won't be resolving any situations today. I'm not interested in being on camera at this time.
And regulating your children. That's what they do. They say, well, it's their job.
We send an expungement request to our fiscal staff. Mm-hmm. They look at the time that's been put into it, and they send out we get charged. The planning department gets charged by the recorder's office to do an expungement. That fee is $93, so we ask the property owner to pay that, and then any time that the investigator is put into the case, and in this case it's about $1,200, that be paid prior to the expungement, and then we're done.
So you're charging these people $1,200?
That's correct.
And what service are you providing to these people?
Well, we're fulfilling a mandate by the Board of Supervisors that the code compliance section not be completely funded by the general fund.
That's not the question I asked. I said, what service are you providing to these people for the $1,200?
We put in $1,200 worth of time into this case.
Was the case against them?
Yeah, the complaint was about this piece of property, right? Right. So, I think we're done.
Looks like in Castro's Cuba.
And I don't know.
In Europe?
Well, they send our bill.
I mean, Jake can send the expungement request to our fiscal staff today.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what their timing is, but it's within a few days that they send out.
Oh, they're pretty busy. It's more like a week.
Okay. Okay. And that information would come to it's the person on title.
It would go to Jeffrey. Yeah, I could.
Right. And so we
I could CC you a copy if you like. We can do that. Absolutely. Yes.
Okay. Wherever the tax bill goes, that's what we use.
Jeffrey will send it to you, and then I'll send a copy to Tracy.
Okay.
Yeah. So everybody knows what's up.
All right. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, folks.
We need to expose these criminals. We need to make sure that they are the ones going to prison instead of property owners.
I understand you had an off-road bike in the back, and they wanted to tag you for an off-road bike that didn't need licensing to begin with because it's off-road?
Exactly.
I mean, they don't care. They, whether it's in the code or whether it's in the law, something as simple that anybody can understand, they're willing to violate and red tag and push you around.
Exactly. Specifically with the off-road bike, it's like all you got to do is be 16 and not take it on the road. No big deal.